Previously on Chain Link Theater.
I guess it's kind of cute, in a dorky sort of way. Is it always this quiet?
No. No, it isn't.
Show yourself.
Thank you for choosing Chain Link Theater. Please turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts. Your feature presentation begins now!
Welcome back to Chain Link Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're linking from Phantoms into the Spider-Verse, thanks to our next link in the chain, Liev Schreiber.
My mic wasn't plugged in.
Oh, that would explain it.
Liev Schreiber, we found out his name is pronounced.
I always thought it was Liev Schreiber.
We make sure when we aren't sure to look up a video of them saying it. And it's apparently Liev.
Liev.
Yeah. Kind of like Ian.
I don't like it.
Well, you don't have to
It's
like
harder
it.
to say.
Isaac Liev Schreiber was born in San Francisco in the 60s. October 4th, 1967. He is a 58-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
He
With a wife in her 20s.
Is she still?
No, she's like 30 now.
She was 22 when they met, and
Gross.
they met 18 years ago, so she'd be 40.
Gross.
He was with
That's less gross.
Naomi Watts for, well, yeah, it is less gross.
Wait, she can't be, can she? They just got married in 2023.
Yeah, it said they married in 2017 when she was 22 and he was 40, but he wouldn't have been 40.
Then they're wrong.
9 years ago.
Yeah, no.
Listen, we get our sources from Wikipedia.
He was in
Don't
his
do that.
40s. He was 49.
Don't do that. Don't get your sources from Wikipedia.
So that's a 28-year age gap?
No, now you're trusting that she's 22.
Mm-hmm.
This is going swimmingly.
It's going great.
Liev plays a creep in Phantoms and a creep in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He plays a creep in Scream.
I disagree with him playing a creep in Into the Spider-Verse.
You don't think Kingpin's a creep?
No,
Okay.
I don't. What else does he play a creep in?
Plead your case.
Well, we'll get it when we get to the plot.
Isn't he even a bit of a creep in The Omen? You didn't watch the remake, did you?
No, I watched the original.
Vibes.
Oh, vibes.
Yeah.
This is for you, Damien.
Yeah, I don't think that was him.
Oh, okay.
He grew up in New York City. He ended up going to school at Hampshire College for theater. And he has a master's in drama. What?
Yeah.
From Yale that he obtained in 1992.
Oh, my goodness.
And then
Overachiever.
His first role was in, what was that movie called? Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin.
Yeah, I've heard of that movie.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Have I seen that movie? No, I don't think.
He's got a lot of nominations.
9.
He has a Tony. He has 9 Emmy nominations and 5 Golden Globe nominations. Those would all be for his role as Ray Donovan on TV's Ray Donovan. So TV's Liev Schreiber. Anybody?
Yeah, never seen it.
Me neither.
Me neither.
It's probably great.
Maybe.
He was with Naomi Watts for 11 years.
Didn't know that.
I like watching him. I couldn't have named more than 2 movies probably
Me
last
neither.
week.
I would have said Wolverine and Kate and Leopold, and that's the end of my list.
Is he in Kate and Leopold?
Yeah.
Oh, let's pull up the list here. We'll only mention movies we've heard of. He's in Ransom, so that's interesting.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
I don't even know if I have seen that. I don't know the difference between Ransom and Payback and Conspiracy Theory.
Okay, Conspiracy Theory is completely different, and it's amazing.
I haven't seen either in any of them, I don't think.
You haven't seen Conspiracy Theory?
Is Mel Gibson in all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Well, we can't use Liev Schreiber anymore. So.
Well,
Liev.
Well, I mean, I think Julia Roberts is in Conspiracy Theory, and it's really good. Or it was back in the day.
I don't think I've ever
It's
been impressed by
basically-
a movie because of Julia Roberts' performance.
What? Have you ever seen Pretty Woman?
No,
She's a prostitute.
she did. She didn't know he was going to close the jewelry
And then
box.
she was like, ah! So funny. Big mistake. Huge.
I assume that's from that.
Yes.
He's a bit of a theater guy. He's been in some Shakespeare stuff. He was in the first 3 Scream movies. I said last week he didn't make it through the first 2. I lied. He's in The Sum of All Fears with Ben Affleck. So that's
Heard of it.
interesting because he's in Phantoms with Ben Affleck.
Oh, yes.
There's Kate and Leopold. You're right. He's in the Manchurian Candidate remake with Denzel. It keeps going. He's obviously Sabretooth.
Yes.
He's in Repo Man. Is that the genetic opera one? Nope. Just a different movie with Jude Law.
I like Jude Law.
I do like Jude Law. I like Liev Schreiber. He's
I do too.
in Spotlight. He's one of those 5 people.
I don't remember him being in that.
I don't either. Michael Keaton, Rachel McAdams, and
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. I think John Slattery's in that.
John Slattery? I like John Slattery too.
Howard Stark. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's his name? Sterling Cooper. Roger Sterling.
Roger Sterling, yes,
Yeah.
from Mad Men. That's
Yes.
correct. And then he's in the Spider-Verse movies. So really, not that much that we have history with.
No.
So that's pretty interesting. He does a lot of theater stuff. He's been in on Broadway, Macbeth, Hamlet, Othello, Henry V, Glengarry Glen Ross. And then a couple years ago, he was in the Broadway adaptation of Doubt.
Yeah.
Did you like that movie?
I remember liking that movie.
Let me spin you guys a tale. Spin a little web of what fucking happened to us today.
Oh.
And
yeah.
why we sound off.
We're tired. It's been a long day.
We watched Spider-Verse last night, and we should have recorded, and I was tired. I chose not to record.
Mm-hmm.
And today we chose to hit a triple feature,
Yeah.
which is where we were going to go watch 3 movies in theaters. We were going to get started very early.
10.
Yeah, our first movie started before 10 at 9:55. We were going to watch Backrooms and Obsession and Supergirl, which we do this every summer.
We do this every summer. Yeah.
We have since Gravity, so 2012, whenever
Yeah.
Frozen came out.
Whenever, yeah,
12 or
2014, I think. Yeah.
I think it was 12 or 13.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to end up being 2 triple features this year, except this one didn't
Happened.
go as planned.
Oh.
We were almost to the theater when my lovely car, Lilith, started making noises from the rear right.
Yeah.
And we pulled over and found that my tire was separating from the track.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, that was great. So we hobbled her over to a tire store and waited 2 hours, the entirety of what would have been back rooms.
Getting a new tire. Getting
Yeah.
all 4 new tires. Yeah.
Getting all 4 new tires because they were all pretty bald. And pre-trip your cars. My bad.
Yeah.
You should at least check every now and then. So then we went to watch Backrooms and Obsession 2 hours later, and then we were just too tired to to go watch Supergirl. We would have been home at like
7:30.
around 8,
Yeah.
probably, and still didn't have this recorded.
Yeah.
So,
So
I'm
we're-
tired.
Maybe we'll just hit a double and then a triple later.
Well, yeah, we can do
July.
a double and a double because we can do Spider-Girl and Toy Story soonish. And then the Odyssey and Spider-Man come out near each other.
Okay.
That's all that's all I'm interested in.
Okay. Cool beans.
So miniature review of Backrooms. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Miniature review of Obsession. I liked it a
It's
lot.
fucking great.
It's great.
Backrooms, I'm not going to spoil anything here. Don't. You can trust us. Backrooms is weird, just like the game.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on Cannon Brawl sometime next year, Jason and I. But it has great acting because it has Chiwetel Ejiofor. And then it's weird.
It's very weird. It's weird.
Obsession has amazing acting too.
That girl.
And
It's
INDE,
fantastic.
Inde Navarrete.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, I committed her name to memory afterwards because I was like, good Lord, you just made a name for yourself.
Yeah, she did.
She steals that movie. I would highly recommend watching that one.
I liked it.
I would not recommend Backrooms, I don't think. Yeah.
No.
I would recommend Into the Spider-Verse, though.
I would as well. I like that movie too.
It feels like a lifetime since we watched it.
It does. It's been
Even
a long
though
day.
it was yesterday. That is a movie that was released in 2018. Came out December 6th, 1 month after the passing of Stan Lee.
Oh.
And 6 months after the passing of Steve Ditko. So, yeah, both Marvel creators that have been credited on nearly every Marvel movie we've watched passed away before that movie came out. Stan was doing, I don't think he was doing super poorly, but they did it at his house instead of everyone else came to the studios.
Right.
A lot of the animators that worked on this movie were apparently real big fans of Stan, obviously.
Right.
Because they're working on a Spider-Man movie for Sony Pictures, which that's not relevant to that. That'll be relevant in a second. Wanted to animate Stan so badly that they just did it anyway and apparently put him in every single train.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't either. I found out later. It's pretty fascinating, though.
Yeah, it is fascinating.
This is a movie that is the brainchild of Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who we mentioned in our Project Hail Mary episode. They were the directors of Project Hail Mary.
Oh, I love Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. They are a team of boys that work together often. They did the Lego movie and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And
banger after banger.
and 22 Jump Street. Phil actually worked on Rise of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole movie with Peter Ramsey, who also has a directing credit on this movie. Phil has writing credits with Rodney Rothman, who's a co-director of this movie. This movie has 3 directors. One is Bob Persichetti, whose only other film credit is Beyond the Spider-Verse, not Across.
Okay, that's
Beyond.
the one that hasn't come out yet?
That's the one that's not out yet.
Okay.
It's supposed to come out next year. Peter Ramsey worked with Phil Lord and on Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Rise of the Guardians, and he worked on Monsters vs. Aliens for Sony Pictures. So he's kind of got to tie into all of this. And Rodney Rothman only has 3 career credits to his name, one being Spider-Verse, one being The Something, and one being 24 Jump Street, which again is not out yet.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. 21, 22, and 23 are out. Is 23 out? Is that a thing?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know.
I don't keep up with my 21 Jump Street lore.
No, I don't either. I remember the first movie being kind
It's
of funny.
fine.
Yeah. It's so hard. It was so hard to animate this movie that it took them 180 animators to animate. Like, it took them like 4 years to make this movie, and it usually takes like 2 for a team of around 100. The internet loves to, I'm gonna type it up. The internet loves to brag that this is the largest team that Sony Animation, what are they called? What's the studio called?
Sony Pictures Animation.
Sony Pictures Animation ever did, but that's not that many movies. That's, for a little history, anything that's not Disney, Pixar, or DreamWorks. So that's Open Season, Surf's Up, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, The
Yeah.
Smurfs,
Hotel Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
The
K-pop Demon Hunters, though.
Yeah, the Angry Birds movie, the Emoji movie, and K-pop Demon Hunters, and the Spider-Verse movie. So they're coming around. But every time you look up anything about this movie, it's like, this is the largest team they ever used. It's like, yeah, because they make, I don't want to say junk. I haven't seen those movies, but
Yeah, but
I don't think they're highly regarded.
I don't either.
Yeah.
No. I don't think I've seen any of those.
I thought you'd seen Cloudy.
I think I have.
Okay.
Do I remember it? No.
Tale of Two Stories with Autumn over here.
I think I saw it. I don't know. Who knows?
You sound so tired.
I am tired.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm tired. It's fine.
It is late.
It's late.
But
So
you promised pizza after this.
I did.
So we can get through it. And
I'm excited to talk about it. I like this movie. So
I do too. I like this movie a lot. The music is composed by Daniel Pemberton. He's a noted composer, but it's not like he's got like 60 credits. He did like Birds of Prey with Harley Quinn one, like Ocean's 8 and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So he just does what I would consider, as far as music goes, generic movies. I'm sure the
Okay.
Birds of Prey soundtrack's pretty good. But for this movie, he composed an entire score that used a lot of the chord progression of the hip hop songs that they were already using, a lot of which are great.
Yeah.
I have a lot of this soundtrack saved because it's
It's a good soundtrack.
just banger after banger. And that's not even just talking about Sunflower. The Juice WRLD song, Hide,
Yeah.
and the Triple X Tentacion song,
Yeah.
which I can't remember what it's called, but I'll get to it in my notes later in the movie. Those songs are amazing. What's Up Danger
Yeah.
is amazing. Sunflower's good. You love Sunflower, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, he composed a score that used like hip hop drums and was just kind of a, like a John Williams type of, I don't want to say generic, but
yeah.
run of the mill type of score.
Right.
Then he pressed it to vinyl and found the champion of the most recent DJ competition, like world DJ competition, and had him come in and scratch it on vinyl to the movie as he watched the movie being played,
That's cool.
which gave it kind of that New York City teenager edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is why the music in this slaps.
It's really good.
I think it's amazing. But yeah, I don't have a ton more on Liev. I don't have much more on the history of the movie.
All right, ready to do this? Back of box?
I can read the back of the box to you. If I can find it. Oh my. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the creative minds behind the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street. My bad. I spoiled that. Bring their unique talents to a fresh vision of a different Spider-Man universe with a groundbreaking visual style that's the first of its kind. Into the Spider-Verse introduces Brooklyn teen Miles Morales and the limitless possibilities of the Spider-Verse, where more than one can wear the mask. The idea for the movie apparently came from a studio exec, and they called these guys because they were so happy with the Lego Movie, which I've heard's good.
Right.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
And those guys were like, hell yeah, we'll absolutely do a Spider-Man movie for you. But you just put out 6 Spider-Man movies over the past 13 years that are all Peter.
Right.
How can we possibly be original
Yeah, without.
telling another Peter story?
Right.
So we will only do it if we get to do Miles. So,
6.
yeah, Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1, 2, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh.
Which we will cover next week on Patreon.
Will we really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So that lines up nicely. I didn't even plan that. Obviously.
Convenient.
So, what happens in this movie?
All right. So we open with meeting Peter Parker, and he is doing like a voiceover that's basically like, here's how it goes or whatever. He's like, I was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for the last 10 years, I've been the one and only Spider-Man. I saved a bunch of people, fell in love, saved the city again and again and again. And then he's like, and then I also did this. And then it shows the little weird dancing emo scene from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. This is Chris Pine.
Yeah,
And
Chris
he's
Pine.
blonde with blue eyes. They wanted Phil and Chris to use Toby for this voiceover. And Toby was down. But the studio said, wouldn't that be confusing to our viewers to know that this takes place in that world? But then they added these references anyway
They do.
to make it sound like it does take place in that world.
Yeah.
Weird.
So then he's like, and after everything, I still love being Spider-Man, and I always find a way to come back. There's only one Spider-Man, and you're looking at him. And then we cut to Miles Morales.
Foreshadowing.
So, and he's packing for school. Like, we found out that he just got into a boarding school, basically, that he goes to during the week, and then he comes home on the weekends.
Yeah.
So
And he hates it.
he doesn't like it. So he walks past his old school. He talks to all of his friends, and then he trips into a crosswalk, and his dad picks him up in his police car instead of allowing him to continue walking.
Yeah.
And so he's just teenagery. He's in the back of the cop car, and I don't know, with his hand on his face, basically, just embarrassed that he's
In the back of a cop car.
Yeah.
That happened to me once.
when.
I fell asleep on the bus home one time and missed my stop. I must have been 7.
Oh my god.
Yeah, very young. Missed my stop home and woke up as the bus was pulling into a bus barn.
No one checked to see if there was children on the bus.
The bus driver did in his post trip. He was like, "Hey,
Hello, child.
Would you like to go home? Why are you still here? It's like, oh, my bad. I fell asleep. And he was like, all right, hop in my cruiser. He was a cop.
Oh,
So he took me home. I think I actually sat in the front, but
that's cute.
yeah.
Miles had to sit in the back.
Miles had to sit in the back.
Miles had to sit in the back. But
This will come up later, by the way. You skipped it, but it will come up later that he was singing Sunflower in his room.
he keeps singing Sunflower, yeah.
He knows about as many of the words as I do.
Yeah, about as many as I do as well. And his dad's basically just trying to connect with him. Miles is a teenager, It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not interested in anything his dad has to say.
No.
And so they get to school, and Miles is like, I don't even want to go to this school. I want to go back to my old school. And his dad's like, you won the lottery to get in. And not only that, but you passed all of their equivalency tests. So no, this is a huge opportunity, and you're going to take it.
Yeah, poor kid. He was popular at his other school.
I don't think he was when he was there. He was probably just when he left.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
guess so.
But he gets out of his dad says he loves him, and he doesn't say it back. So then his dad uses like the little speaker thingy,
Yeah, the PA.
the PA, to be like, you have
You
to
got to
say
say it back.
You have to say it back. And then we briefly mentioned in the car Uncle Aaron, and his dad kind of freezes up because I think his dad says something about like, you don't want to be like your Uncle Aaron, and then Miles says, what's wrong with Uncle Aaron?
Yeah,
So
he chooses not to tell him.
yeah, he chooses not to say anything. So he's going to classes. He's getting more and more overwhelmed with all the assignments as the day goes on. Finally, he arrives at, I don't know, some science class or something where they're watching a video, and the teacher says something about like, you're late again. And he's like, well, time is relative. So maybe I'm not late. Y'all are early. And then only one person laughs in the room.
She laughs late.
She laughs late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she says, sorry, it's not even funny. It was so quiet.
But then he sits down, and she's like, I did think it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's already kind of smitten with her. And then he gets his test results back from that teacher, and he made a 0. And he's like, oh, I guess you're going to have to kick me out of school. And she's like, the only way a person can score 0, like the probability that someone would score 0 on a test.
Yeah, that multiple choice test was 2 choices per answer.
Yeah. So the
So-
only way you could do that is if you knew
Know the answers.
all the answers.
Like Slumdog Millionaire.
Yep. He
Yeah.
knows all the answers.
What a movie.
That's a great movie. So she's basically like, I know what you're trying to do, and it's not going to work. So, nope.
Ugh.
And then he goes to his class, or not his class, his dorm, basically. And then he just sneaks out and goes to visit his Uncle Aaron. And then Uncle Aaron and him are just having a great time, kind of bonding. And he's talking to Miles about, like, are there any girls you like? And Miles is like, yeah, there is a new girl. And his Uncle Aaron's like, what's her name? And he's like, I don't know.
We're not quite to that stage yet.
Yeah, we're not to that stage yet. And his Uncle Aaron's like, oh, okay. All right. Well, have you given, like, what did he say? Have you given her the shoulder tap?
Yes. The
And
shoulder
he's like,
touch.
oh, yeah, I know about the shoulder touch. But you can go ahead and tell me about it.
Tell me again.
Tell me
Remind me.
again. And it's just basically Uncle Aaron's like, you put your hand on their shoulder and you go, hey. That's pretty much, that's the whole
Stupid.
game. So he's just trying to give him tips.
His uncle's voiced by Mahershala Ali.
He is.
That's fun.
Did he win an Oscar for Moonlight?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
He's in that movie for 3 minutes.
5 minutes? Yeah, tops.
He's supposed to play Blade one day.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think that movie's ever going to happen.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
What happened to Wesley Snipes?
The Blade movie was on ice, in production long before the Deadpool and Wolverine
Oh, okay.
situation.
Right.
And that's why Wesley Snipes improv'd that line. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
Oh, okay.
Because this movie's been in a nightmare forever.
Oh, that's fun.
His dad is voiced by Brian Tyree Henry, who's one of the Eternals.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Pretty cool.
Okay, and then Miles basically opens like his notebook or something, and his uncle sees like a new tag that because he's a graffiti artist. Miles is, and so his uncle's like, oh, because Miles can't put up his art because every time he puts up his art, his dad tells him he has to take it down. So
Yeah.
his uncle takes him to a new spot so he can throw up this art, and it's like in an abandoned subway station. And so we basically briefly see a radioactive spider on the ceiling, and then Miles starts spray painting, and then we get like a lot of teases of the spider getting closer and closer and closer to Miles.
Spider is glitching.
Yeah, the
way.
spider's glitching, and then it's like on his hand and on his like in his shirt, and like, but Miles hasn't noticed it yet.
Yeah.
So he finishes the art, and he and his uncle sit down to talk, and they start talking about his dad, and basically Uncle Aaron's like, your dad expects a lot of you, but your dad's a good guy. So you need to stop being such a surly little fucker. And start liking your dad. And then Miles is like, yeah, I don't know. And then he takes a picture of his art. And when he's taking a picture of it, the spider bites him on the hand. And then there's lots of like, oh no, music that happens. And then just cuts back to Miles and he just smacks the spider off.
Yeah.
He just kills it immediately.
That is such a tropey form of comedy because we just saw it in Ant-Man a bunch. And then in something else we did last week, I think. What else did we watch in Marvel? After Ant-Man. But yeah, Ant-Man did it where you just
Doctor
cut away
Strange.
and make it probably was Doctor Strange and
Yeah.
make it like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But it hits for me every time.
It's so funny. Well, because like every other time Spider-Man's been bitten that we've seen, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then they get like instant reactions and Miles is just like, all right,
Yeah.
see you later. So he wakes up the next day and his pants are too short and he's just standing in his room being, oh my God, did I hit puberty? And then he says that out loud and his roommate like looks at him like, I don't know, but I don't want to be around for that. And he just keeps sweating and he's like, oh, everyone knows that I'm going through puberty. Like everyone's aware of it because he's like totally out of sorts.
And all of a sudden now they're using more of a comic book texture to everything. And his thoughts are in
a bubble.
Little, not even a bubble. They're in the like meanwhile box from comic books.
It's cool.
And he's like, why are my thoughts so loud? Because they're right behind.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It is cool. And then he bumps into the new girl who tells him her name is Gwanda. Gwanda. And then he's just the whole time being like, oh my God. And she has not stopped talking. We don't hear really what she's saying, but she's trying to explain why her name's Gwanda.
Yeah.
And then at the end she's like, it's Wanda. Why would it have a G? You're right. And then he just does this shoulder touch thing and she's like, okay.
Because he's sweating and not listening to her. And he's like, why am I so sweaty? And then she goes,
why are you so sweaty?
And he goes, oh God.
He's like, it's puberty.
I got to do this shoulder touch.
And then he's like, no, I've already been through puberty.
Yeah.
So it's not that. But and then he does this shoulder touch and she's like, you can stop touching me. And then his hand, because he's Spider-Man, gets stuck on her.
Yeah.
And he can't get it off. And she's like, can you please just get your hand off of me? And he's like, I would love to. I cannot.
And then at one point during that scuffle, he says, I'm so sorry, it's puberty. And she's like, I don't think you know what puberty is.
It's great. So he just keeps saying it's puberty. And then in the end, the nurse ends up having to shave off Gwanda's hair to get his hand off.
And now she looks cooler.
Now she looks way cooler, but she's pissed.
Yeah.
And so, and then Miles runs into a security guard at school who's like, I know you snuck out last night, Morales. And he's like, in his head, he's like, play dumb. And he's like, who's Morales? And then he's not that dumb. And he takes off running again. And then he falls out the window of the security office after like some ceiling shenanigans because he can't get off the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then he walks on the outside of the building. And the only person who sees all of this is Gwanda.
And she just goes, there's a lot of slapstick in this movie. I forgot there was this much slapstick.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But then he makes it back to his room and a Spider-Man comic falls on him and he's all like, there can't be two Spider-Men, can there?
And it has all the words he just said and his entire situation he just went through.
It's cute. I like it. And then he tries to call his uncle, but he doesn't answer. So later that night, Miles is trying to figure out what's going on. So Miles is like on the subway at night trying to, I don't know, process, I guess, that he might be Spider-Man. And so he calls his dad, but he only lets it ring twice and then he hangs up. And he goes to the...
Freaking his dad out.
Yeah, terrifying his poor father. And so he heads to the spot from last night to get a look at the spider. And when he touches it, the spider like glitches out. Because he's like, it's just a regular spider. And then he touches it and it like freaks out. So then his vision starts glitching out and he's hearing other voices in his head that are all talking. And then he finds like this big tube and Spider-Man is fighting Norman Osborn.
Apparently.
This is a different take on Green Goblin.
Yes.
Very different take.
He's a 15-foot tall monster.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Miles is just trying to get away and then gets dragged into the fight via like a bar of some sort that he couldn't let go of it when Green Goblin grabbed it.
Hands,
yeah. So he can't get away. He's like in a weird portal machine, basically. But it's like a huge room, like a huge circular room with like panels all the way around it and like a portal gun in the middle that's shooting towards the wall. It's like massive. So he's in the middle of this huge machine, and Spider-Man saves Miles because Miles falls. So he saves him and then puts him on some scaffolding. And I like this moment because Spider-Man's like kneeling in front of Miles, checking on him because, you know, he's Spider-Man. Yeah. And they both get the Spidey sense thing. And then Spider-Man's like, I thought I was the only one. You're like me.
You're like me.
And then Miles says, I don't want to be. And then Spider-Man says, it's too late, kid. But I can show you the ropes.
Yeah.
And I think that's really sweet. And he's like, I just need to destroy this machine before space and time, before the space-time continuum collapses. So hang on.
Fuck, I love Spider-Man.
I do too. And so then he starts getting attacked by not only Green Goblin, but Prowler. So he's being attacked by both Prowler and Green Goblin.
Prowler looks cool.
Yeah.
The purple.
He does
and
look really cool.
Popped collar and the almost Air Jordan looking shoes.
Yeah.
He looks so sick.
And Fisk is also here. So for some reason, Norman Osborn is cool. Also working for Fisk.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That design of Kingpin is fucking insane.
It is insane.
It's the only thing I don't like about this movie. When it shows him head on and his head is a foot and a half below all of his shoulders.
Yeah.
And sometimes when he's moving, he's just a big round ball.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
But he's really big.
He is really big.
It's just supposed to be like he's really big.
It wouldn't even bother me so much if his head was just on top of his shoulders where heads go.
No. Some people are just so big they don't have necks and stuff, and they're just big dudes.
He has an inverted neck.
He does. He's an any neck. Leave him alone. So basically, Fisk turns on the probe, and the whole world outside starts glitching. Like everything starts glitching. And then Green Goblin throws Spider-Man into the ray, and Fisk is yelling at Green Goblin to stop because that's not what we want at all.
Messing it up.
Get him out of there. And then Spider-Man starts seeing flashes of other faces, and then the machine explodes. And Miles is in the wreckage, and he finds Spider-Man, and Spider-Man basically is like, no, I'm just resting. It's okay. Like, but we need to team up. And so Spider-Man tells him, hide your face, take this key, and blow this thing up. Like, that's what you need to do. And then he tells Miles, if he turns on this machine, everyone you love will disappear. Promise me you'll do this. Destroy the collider, and I'll come and find you. It's going to be okay. And so Miles goes to hide, and Fisk we see walking around the wreckage, and he's ordering the machine to be repaired. And then Fisk finds Spider-Man and takes off his mask, and Spider-Man goes, well, that's a no-no. Yeah. We're not supposed to do that. And then Spider-Man asks Fisk, like, because Fisk is like ordering stuff to happen to Spider-Man, and he's like, don't you want to know what I saw? Just to give him a second. Yeah. And then Spider-Man says, I know what you're trying to do. It won't work. They're gone. And then Fisk kills Spider-Man.
Yeah, with his fists.
With his fists. And so Miles like makes a noise because he just saw a man murdered in front of his face. And then Prowler is sent to pursue Miles. So Miles, like a bunch of chasing stuff. He makes it out of the subway station, and then Prowler makes it out of the subway station as well, and then starts chasing him on the streets. But Miles hides and gets away from him. So Miles makes it back to his actual home, not his dorm with his parents. And then his dad busts in and is like, what does it say, like police or something? And then Miles is there and he's like, why are you even here? Yeah. And then they're like, oh, it must be the earthquake that just happened, because that's what people think that the glitching was. Yeah. Was an earthquake. And so Miles hugs his dad and then asks if he can sleep at home. And his dad initially is like, no, you're supposed to be at school. And his mom's like, no.
He's obviously going through something.
He's going through something. He's staying at home. And then Miles asks his dad, do you really hate Spider-Man? And his dad's like, well, he's a vigilante, so.
She's like, Jeff.
And he's like, he asked me.
He's going through something. Get out of here.
So, and then while they go to watch TV, his mom and dad, while he's laying in bed, and then the news reports that Spider-Man is dead come through, and that his identity is confirmed to be Peter Parker.
And that's when we get one of the fucking saddest but coolest needle drops in all of film history with Not Scared of the Dark by XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
And Ty Dolla $ign.
It's good.
So good.
So good. And then we just watch everyone in the world reacting to the, loss of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, and then Mary Jane is giving a speech that Peter was just an ordinary guy and that anyone can be Spider-Man and we're all Spider-Man and we're all counting on you. And Miles had bought a Spider-Man outfit from Stan Lee.
From Stan Lee.
Stan Lee again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Stan Lee's final role.
That's sad.
Yeah.
It's a good one, though.
It is a good one.
So.
He says it always fits eventually.
Yeah, and it does. And then so he's standing there wearing a Spider-Man suit and he's like, they're counting on me. And a guy next to him goes, probably not you. I think it's a metaphor. I think it's a metaphor. So equipped with his new Spider-Man costume, Miles starts to experiment with his powers. Like we see him walk up to the top of a building and stand there. And then we see him walk back downstairs.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to the roof and tries again, but he trips over his laces because, it's a style choice to leave his laces untied.
Which he has said multiple times.
Yeah, because people keep being like, your shoes are untied. And he's like, yeah, it's on purpose.
I used to do that.
You used
when
to
I was
do
a
that?
teenager, yeah. I just thought it looked cooler.
No, it makes you look like an idiot.
Yeah, I know now.
So he trips on his laces and literally falls to the New York street below. Falls all the way down. But in doing so, he breaks the flash drive that Peter gave him to take out the collider. So it's gone. And so that night, Miles goes to visit Peter's grave and basically says, I'm sorry, Mr. Parker, that thing you gave me, the key, I messed it up. I want to do what you asked. I just can't do this without you. And then a guy comes up and says, hey, kid, and touches him on the shoulder. And then Miles fucking electrocutes that guy.
He does.
He blasts him. And this is Jake Johnson.
Jake fucking Johnson.
I love Jake Johnson.
Of Let's Be Cops fame.
Of Let's Be Cops fame. New Girl fame.
You have such a crush on Jake Johnson.
I really do.
You
He's
always
like
have.
100% my speed.
Yeah.
Jake Johnson. Hot. Anyway. So, and then we get the all right, people, let's do this one more time. My name is Peter B. Parker. For 22 years, I thought I was the one and only Spider-Man. And then he says, he just basically goes through what his life is like.
Yeah.
He's like, I saved the city, don't invest in spider-themed restaurant.
Did you see the restaurant's name?
What was it?
TGI Spidey's.
TGI Spidey's. He buried Aunt May. I broke my back. My wife and I split up. She wanted kids. I was scared. Pretty sure I broke her heart. So his life's not going well.
I know.
His life's not, and he's wearing sweatpants.
22 years. Spider-Man famously got bit when he was 15. He's 37 years old.
Hot.
Which is, I think, close. How old is he in the PS4 game? He's probably 30.
Is he 30 in the PS4 game? I would say more like 27, 28.
I know it's way after college.
Way after college?
Yeah, he's on the rocks with MJ and getting evicted. And this is all spoilers from the first 5 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
By the way, play that game, please.
Man, those games are great.
I think I'm going to play it again.
You
instead
should.
of Resident Evil Requiem or anything else.
Sorry. We have a lot going on.
So interested.
Do it. But then he basically...
Oh.
What?
Let's take another moment off episode. We got the title in Destiny.
We did.
We're immortal.
We're immortals. It was not that hard to do.
It took a week or two.
It took a week, yeah.
Yeah.
It took a lot of grinding.
Yeah. You have to
I
get
had fun.
12 Triumph seals. Mm-hmm. And getting one Triumph seal is almost like getting a platinum. Probably in a Telltale game.
Yeah. There's 8 to 10 things you have to do out of a list of 12 options.
Yeah, and you have to do that 12 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did it. Now our characters say immortal under them.
They do.
Destiny's final
for
update.
Destiny to die.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then Peter B. Parker says that he was in his apartment doing push-ups or something where he's not. He's saying that, but we're watching him eating pizza in his sweatpants. And then a portal opened up over his head and sucked him into Miles's universe.
Yep.
So, and then he says he landed and he was dead and he was blonde. And he said, I had a feeling that the thing that brought me here is the thing that got me killed, like got him killed.
Yep.
So
You'd be right.
Yep. And then the cops show up to try and stop Miles because Miles is now standing over a man's body. And then Miles tries to get himself and Peter B. Parker out of the cemetery, which I don't know why the cops are so upset. It's clearly a little kid dressed like Spider-Man in a
Dragging
cemetery.
a homeless corpse around.
Okay, yeah, they do say that because they basically, Miles starts using Peter's like web shooters to try and get away while he's still attached to him because Peter shot him in the chest, didn't he, with like the web shooter, and he can't get it off. So they're just attached to each other. And then Miles accidentally attaches the web shooter to a subway, and then the police ring it in and say a child dressed like Spider-Man is like dragging a homeless corpse is what we're looking for. And so anyway, Miles gets like it's a pretty good scene of them just swinging through the city together with Peter unconscious, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
And then Miles gets Peter to Uncle Aaron's house and then starts asking him questions. He ties him up to like a boxing, what's it called? Punching bag.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he's like, why do you look like Peter Parker? Why aren't you dead? Why are you old? And why is your body a different shape? And like, he's like, are you calling me fat? And he's like, no, I'm just, why are you different shaped? And then he starts asking, he's like, are you like from a parallel universe where in your universe, Peter has brown hair or whatever? And he's just like, that's off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Peter then breaks out because he's like, don't watch the mouth, watch the hands.
Yeah.
And then he breaks out and then leaves. And then while he's trying to leave, he like glitches and falls off the fire escape.
Uh-oh.
And so Miles follows him and starts being like, well, you have to help me because you're the only Spider-Man I know now. So, and this like shit's going down in this universe.
Yeah.
And he's basically like, I'm not looking for a side gig of training a new Spider-Man. Not interested. And so he keeps walking away, and then Miles down the building. And then Miles says, with great power comes, and he's like, don't you dare finish that sentence. I'm sick of it. And so, and then he's basically, Miles is trying to guilt trip him. He's like, Kingpin's got a collider and he's going to destroy everything. And then he shows him the memory stick thing. And he's like, you have a goober. Give it to me.
Give it.
And he's like, what's a goober? And he's like, it's just whatever you call the things. It's like a key or a...
There's always a key or a flash drive or a token or something. I just call it a goober.
I just call it a goober.
Give it.
And then he's like, did you break this? And he's like, no. It broke.
It broke.
And then he's like, so now I have to re-steal what your guys stole from Almec or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, basically... Miles is still trying to guilt trip him. Is like, he's going to destroy everything and kill everyone and you're just going to go home. And Peter's like, yep. And then Miles just kind of like kneels down on the side of a building.
At this
like
point,
patting.
they're walking back up the building and B. Parker,
yeah,
disappears over the top and then he squats to pout.
Yeah, he squats to pout. And then Peter looks over and is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, trying to make you feel bad. And he's like, well, it's working. And so he's like, well, we have no time to waste. And then the next scene, we get Peter eating a burger because he's like, this place closed 6 years ago in my universe. Yeah. So we have time for this.
It's kind of cute when the waiter brings a tab and he's like, oh,
do you have money?
I hope you have money. I'm not very liquid right now.
I'm not liquid right now. And then Miles is like, what advice do you have? Like, and he basically is like, well, you're going to want to use baby powder in your suit on all the joints.
That's it?
That's it? And he's like, pretty much it. And so they're all like, he's like, can you teach me how to swing or something like that? Because like they find out that Almec or whatever, Almax is located in like Hudson Valley, New York or something like that.
Upstate.
And he's like, oh my God, we can swing there. And he's like, no. And then the next scene, they're on a bus.
Yeah.
And so they get there and then Miles is wearing a little cape.
Little yellow cape.
And Peter's like, no. You're not.
I think they have that suit in the Miles Morales PS4 game.
I hope so. That's cute.
Or PS5.
Yeah. So he's like, no capes. Take that off. And then they plan an infiltration, which basically is that Peter B. Parker is going to go inside and Miles is supposed to wait outside.
Yeah.
That's the whole plan. So Spider-Man goes in and then Fisk shows up at the facility. And the second Miles sees Fisk, he obviously has a reaction because he's like, oh my God, this is the guy who killed Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So Miles rushes in and catches up with Spider-Man in like a vent. And Spider-Man's like, why are you here? You need to leave. And he's like, no, I'm not just going to sit around and let another Spider-Man die. And then Peter says, well, most people are actually trying to kill me, so this is nice.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of nice. So basically, they're listening to a scientist talk to Fisk, and like he says something about like, this is standard Spider-Man stuff. You get used to it. He's about to say you have 24 hours, and then Fisk is like, you have 24 hours to fix my collider. He's like, see? And then after everyone leaves the room, they jump down into like the lab. Miles gets stuck on the light, and Peter B. Parker is trying to like break into the computer. And Spider-Man keeps telling him, like, because Miles is like freaking out trying to pull his hands off, and he's like, stop, you have to calm down. And he's like, try to calm down. And so Miles starts singing Sunflower poorly, but it works. And he falls. Yeah. And then once he falls, he turns invisible,
apparently.
Yeah. But the scientist, like, I guess heard something. I can't remember. I think she heard something when he fell. And so she's on her way in. And then Spider-Man, like, just throws the password at Miles and is like, here's the password for the computer. I need you to log in while you're invisible, and I'm going to work my charm on this lady. So she walks in, and he's just, I mean, honestly, full of Riz.
Yeah.
In his sweatpants. Hell yeah.
Right.
Full of Riz. And so he's just like trying to, I don't know, seduce her or something. Yeah. Basically just talking to her. And the scientist knows immediately that he's from another dimension, but is super excited to see him. And then she puts him, like, ties him to a chair while Miles is trying to get in the computer. And then Miles can't log in. Oh, he does log in, but her, like, monitor is a mess because she has like 9,000 programs,
none of which are snapped to a grid.
None of them are organized.
It's insane.
It's like that one episode of IT Crowd when Roy goes to try and fix Jen's computer, and it's all virusy. Yeah. And she's all like, he's like, there's a lady here, and she's like, she's not always there. So she, don't move it. I have it how I like it, is what she says. So he just tries to steal the whole computer while he's invisible. And then the scientist is talking about, like, to Peter B. Parker about how his body is deteriorating, like disintegrating with the glitching, and that she's super excited to see him die slowly. And he's just like, what the fuck? And then we find out that her name is Dr. He's like, what's your name? And she's like, Dr. Olivia Octavius. Doc Ock. And then she turns into Doc Ock with her arms.
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn, yeah.
I love Catherine Hahn.
And so Miles is running away with the computer. And Peter B. Parker gets out. I don't remember how, but he gets out. And he and Miles are running together. And Miles was running with the computer tower and the monitor. And when Peter catches up to him, he's like, good news, we don't need the monitor. Just get rid of that. And then they end up in the cafeteria. And then Peter B. Parker takes a bagel. And
there was a little joke earlier
that he was going to get one.
That was part of the plan.
Yeah, that was part of the plan. And so he gets a bagel, and one of the scientists is like, he stole a bagel. And then they all start shooting at him. And then they start swinging through the woods. Crash course training for Miles. You know, Peter B. Parker is slowly adapting to actually being a teacher, you know.
Jake Johnson said his only notes given to him by the directors was, we want you to play this like Mr. Miyagi, if Miyagi didn't know anything.
He's like, that's just 100% me.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And so basically Peter Parker is like, thwip and release. He thwip, release, and just like walking him through it. And they're having a nice little bonding moment, and then Peter glitches and falls out of the sky. And Doc Ock catches up with them and takes the computer back. But then Gwen Stacy swings in and saves the day.
Who? I thought it was Gwanda.
Gwanda. She takes off her hat, and it's Gwanda.
Yep.
Gwen Stacy. And she's also from another dimension, and we get to like, all right, people, my name is Gwen Stacy, and for the last 2 years, I've been the one and only Spider-Woman. I saved my dad. I couldn't save my best friend. I don't have friends anymore, basically, just to avoid distractions.
Yeah. Her best friend was Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, yeah.
So her Peter died, too.
Yeah, her Peter died. And then she says she got dragged into a portal, but hers launched her into last week, which is why she was still here.
That's so weird.
It is weird.
I think it might be why she giggled at his joke, just to get him to sit by her so she could keep a closer eye on him.
Yeah, because she said her spider sense took her to Vision Academy.
Yeah.
And she didn't know why until she saw him.
And then her spider sense, it shows, popped when she was in her locker, and she turned around and saw Miles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so then we get Fisk standing on top of the lab, and he just keeps clicking his pen and seeing his dead wife and child like over and over again. And then we find out what happened. So he was about to murder Spider-Man in his apartment. And his wife, Vanessa, and their son, Richard, walked in and saw him about to murder a person. And she fled with their son. And while they were fleeing, they got into a car accident and died. Both of them.
I think that is what happened. Every time I see Kingpin, it's about Vanessa and Richard.
This is why I don't think he's really that bad of a guy. He just really loves her, honestly.
Every time you have a alternate dimension plot, it's always because someone lost someone, and wants them back.
Yeah, and I think that that's some of the sweetest stories.
Yeah.
Honestly. So he basically is like, I just killed Spider-Man. Why did I see 2 more? And then Catherine Hahn's like 3, actually. And then she's like, well, this is good because it means my collider is working and you're going to get what you want.
Yep.
And then he's like, you still have 24 hours to fix my collider. And she's like, our collider.
Under her breath.
All right. So Miles and Gwen are having like a bonding moment on the bus back to New York City. And they're talking about how it's nice not to be alone for once. And he's like, well, if you ever want friends, like, you know, I'm open to being your friend if you want one. And then they go to visit Aunt May. And Peter, after they knock on the door, because remember, Peter B. Parker buried Aunt May. And he is not prepared to see her at all. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah. And then she comes out, though, and she's excited to see him.
Yeah.
And she knows he's from another dimension already.
Because he's 40.
Yeah, because he's 40. But she still greets him like it's her Peter.
Yeah.
Even though he looks different.
Lily Tomlin, by the way.
Lily Tomlin, yeah. And then Miles.
Have we said that Gwen is Haley Steinfeld?
Yes, Gwen is Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
So Miles then tells Aunt May that he was there when Peter died, and that like asks if Peter had a place where they could do some work, and she's like, yeah, come on. And then they go to the shed, and Peter B. Parker's like, it's just, yeah, this is where I keep my like old suits and stuff. And they open it, and this Peter Parker had like a whole Spider-Man bat cave system.
Yeah, he did. The spider cave.
Lots of spider suits. One of them has a cape, and Miles is like, oh, look at this. This is a cape. And
we should see the as they're going down the elevator, it's full of Easter eggs. We see the spider bike, we see the spider buggy, and then they get down to the suits, and there's like 4 of them from the PS4 game.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's really cool. And then Aunt May basically says that Peter knew how dangerous like Fisk was, but also knew that Spider-Man was the only person who'd be able to stop him from doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
So, and then they're like, say something. And she's like, do you think you're the only people who thought to come here? And then we meet Spider Noir.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage.
Penny.
Yeah, an anime character.
And Spider-Ham, John Mulaney.
Okay.
Yeah.
A 40s cartoon character.
40s. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
They're being animated in those styles, though. Visually, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. And they basically did their like whole thing, like Spider Noir is like, oh, I'm a private eye in the 1930s. And I like beating up Nazis and solving crime and catching dames or whatever the fuck they say.
He's hanging from something while he's saying that. And Peter B. Parker's like, where's that wind coming from?
Where's the wind coming from? And then Penny she's not bitten herself. She's friends with the radioactive spider and in control.
In her father's mech suit.
Who lives in her father's mech suit.
Okay.
And that's how she fights. And then Spider-Ham was bitten by a radioactive pig.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun.
I wonder what he was before he was written. He's clearly a pig.
Spider?
So how was he bitten by a radioactive pig?
I don't know. So they basically find out that the only way back through is through the gizmo, but one of them will have to stay behind to shut it off after they all go back to their correct universes. And then Miles is like, well, obviously I'm going to be the one to shut it off because you guys all need to go home. Yeah. And he's like, and I made a promise to Peter and I'm going to keep it. And then Peter's like, he can turn. They're like, what can he do? Who is this? Because I think Spider Noir is all like, who are you? It's like, this is Miles. Yeah. And then he's like, he can turn himself invisible. Do it, Miles. And Miles is like, I can't do it.
He can't do it on command.
But he can electrocute things. And he's like, I can't do that either.
He can't do it on command.
And he's like, what else you got, buddy?
Just those 2 things. He just has those 2 things.
He just has those 2 things. But then this is what I don't get. This is, I think, my least favorite scene because Spider-Man Noir starts punching this child in the
Surprise
face.
attack.
And he starts punching him, and they're like all asking, like, "What are you capable of? Can you get up over and over and over and over and over again? Can you reroute like the mainframe and hack into it to solve problems?" And all these questions that this poor kid's like, no, I can't do any of that. And so they're overwhelming him. They broke his spirit like 100%. And they're like, they go to talk about him and they're like, he can't do this. Like, he's too young, all that stuff. He's not ready. And then Spider Noir is like, he's looking right at us while we talk about him.
He lists that like it's one of the things that's wrong with him.
Yeah. So Miles does turn invisible and then he leaves up the elevator by himself.
This is when it plays Hide by Juice WRLD. Just look that song up. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then when he gets out, he's listening to voicemails from his parents because they don't know where he is.
Yep.
Because he's been missing, I guess, for a couple days because he's not at school where he's supposed to be. And his dad even goes as far as to call Uncle Aaron to see where Miles is. And his dad does not like Uncle Aaron. So Miles goes to Uncle Aaron's house and is writing him a note about basically, because Uncle Aaron's not there, about how scared he is and how he doesn't feel like he's capable of doing what he needs to do and all this stuff. And while he's writing the note, Prowler comes into Uncle Aaron's window.
Yep.
And so Miles hides behind the TV, but Prowler clearly is looking for him and knows someone's there. And so Prowler like pops around the TV and Miles luckily goes invisible. And then
Prowler's right in his face.
Right in his face. And then while he's invisible, Prowler starts talking to Fisk about not found the kid yet, basically, and then takes off his mask. And this is in fact Uncle Aaron.
Holy shit.
Uncle Aaron is Prowler.
Jesus.
What a turn of events.
I don't know when I learned that, but it was before this movie.
I didn't know.
It wasn't in the game either. I don't know when I learned that.
It's great. It's a great reveal.
It is a great
reveal.
reveal.
So Miles obviously sees his uncle is the bad guy and leaves while he's invisible. But I think he must make a noise when he's leaving out the window because Prowler hears it and then goes and looks out his fire escape and can see Miles.
God, his music's cool too. Every time he shows up, like he gets to the center of the screen, it plays that crazy, like bass drop sound, like
yeah. And Miles obviously at this point is still wearing a Spider-Man outfit. He's not
the
just
Halloween
Miles.
suit Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's wearing the Halloween suit, and so he has to run away from Prowler again. The only way he gets away is because he causes a car crash basically, and Prowler can't chase him through the car crash.
Yep.
So, and then our Spider-Man crew is working on repairing the goober, and we find out that Spider-Man Noir is colorblind.
Yeah.
Completely.
Because he's from
Black and White.
Black and White
Yeah.
dimension. Man, I want to see that TV show.
And so Miles comes to Aunt May's to tell Peter that Prowler is his uncle because he's clearly overwhelmed and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And Peter's trying to comfort him. And then Gwen is like, "Did you make sure you weren't followed?" And he's like, "I mean, I don't know. I think so."
Yeah.
And then no, he was definitely followed because then Doc Ock comes into Aunt May's living room with Scorpion and Tombstone. What would you like on your tombstone? If you're old enough to remember that commercial. But
if you're old enough to remember that commercial, you remember Tombstone from the 90s animated series.
I don't.
The only thing I know about him, the only thing I know about him is in the animated series, there's a scene where the place starts filling with gas. And Spider-Man's like, thank God, because Tombstone has him by the throat. And Tombstone's like, luckily, I don't have to breathe.
So he's
keeps
dead.
Beating him up, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So basically, it's how many Spider-Mans? 5 Spider-Mans?
So many, 5 or 6.
I don't know why they ever thought that they could fight 5 Spider-Mans, the bad guys, because you all lose all the time to one Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they all start fighting for the goober. Prowler then shows up, and Prowler starts fighting Peter because Peter is trying to tell Miles just to go. Like, Miles, get out of here. Like, without saying that, obviously. But he's like, just leave because you make me be in danger because I'm trying to watch you and I can't watch you, basically. Yeah. And a disturbance gets called in, and Miles' dad is on the way to the call at Aunt May's house.
Yeah.
So Prowler is just after Miles now because Miles has the goober. And then he ends up on the roof, and Prowler like grabs Miles by the throat, and then Miles takes off his his
such a cool
mask and
moment.
is like, Uncle Aaron, and then Prowler's like, holy shit,
Yeah.
what the fuck? This is my nephew.
It's so fucking cool.
And like, you don't know, because he still has him by the throat,
Yeah. Hanging off the edge of the house.
hanging off the edge of the house.
But he's hesitating.
He's hesitating, and then Fisk is
In
his
his
ear and saying, finish it. Like, kill the kid.
Yeah, he's watching him from the street like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can tell the Prowler's trying to figure, or Uncle Aaron is trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Like how to get Miles out of the situation.
Yeah.
Because he puts Miles back down and he puts his mask back on, like Miles's mask back on his face.
Yeah.
And then he gets shot by Fisk in the back
Shit.
for hesitating. So Fisk shoots Uncle Aaron, and then Miles just takes off with Uncle Aaron and like swings away. And they makes it to an alley, and Uncle Aaron is basically telling Miles that he's sorry. And he's like, I just wanted you to look up to me, and I let you down. And he says, you're the best of all of us, Miles. You're on your way. Just keep going. And then he dies.
Man.
It's so sad.
Nothing hits harder than a Spider-Man origin story, man. Every time.
Peter, I'm bleeding out, Peter. Yeah.
Every time I see Spider-Man become Spider-Man and mess with his powers and lose people and
Yeah.
realize what he has to do and feel the weight of that power and
crazy.
responsibility, it's always so good. It does not matter who's in the suit.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's crazy that this Peter Parker's origin story, because they always lose someone,
Yeah.
right? It hits harder than Batman losing his parents in an
does.
alley.
It
hits so
does.
much harder.
Yeah.
Rich bitches.
But it's
No,
because
just kidding.
it hits harder because Spider-Man has powers
Yeah,
when he loses whoever he loses. And he
Yeah.
could have done something about it usually.
yeah. He could have, and he didn't.
It's so good.
It's great. Honestly, I think that the best, I mean, I know we make fun of the Uncle Ben scene for Toby,
Yeah.
but I think that that's probably one of the best ones because he literally caused, well, he didn't cause it, but he was being selfish.
Yeah.
So, and he let that guy get away.
Yeah.
So, because I don't think that Andrew Garfield's really to blame, honestly. I think that Uncle Ben in that situation should have minded his own fucking business.
Yeah, Toby's is Spider-Man's fault. I just mean normally he has at least the power he could have done something.
No, 100%. Yeah. I just think that the best one that's Uncle Ben's death is Toby's.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. But anyway, so then while he's grieving his uncle's dead body, his dad pulls up behind him in the alley and sees Spider-Man standing over a dead body. And then Miles has to disappear and run away. And then Jeff, which that's his dad's name, finds his brother dead.
His name's Jefferson Davis, by the way.
I love that.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Isn't it a president?
I think so. I don't know. So then Jeff basically thinks that the new Spider-Man is to blame for the death and calls it an APB for a child.
Right.
So Peter B. Parker and the whole crew go to visit Miles and check on him because he just went through what they've all gone through, and they tell him about who all they lost. Penny lost her dad. Noir lost his Uncle Benjamin. Peter B. lost his Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Gwen lost Peter. They've all lost somebody, which is really sad.
Yes.
And then they say the hardest thing about this job is that you can't save everyone. And then while they're dealing with this grief, the roommate comes in and then they try to hide on the ceiling, going back and forth while he's turning around. But then they see him, or he sees them, and then he passes out. So they just put him in bed because that's what happens. Spider-Ham says, "Do animals talk in this dimension? I don't want to freak him out." And then he passes out.
John Mulaney, by
Yeah.
the way. I love John Mulaney.
John Mulaney, he
It's
cracked
so
me up.
funny.
And I honestly think that his stand-up after
The incident.
the incident was really good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think he'd ever win me back over, but it was great. It was.
Yeah.
I feel like
Him facing the music is,
he
pretty
was
great.
self-deprecating enough to be like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically all the Spider-Men are leaving and they take the goober And Peter says that Peter B. Parker says he's just going to stay while everyone else goes home. And Miles is like, you can't do that. I want to kill Fisk now. Like, not only did Fisk kill Peter Parker, Fisk killed Uncle Aaron, and I'm going to kill him. And Peter's like, then turn invisible now, or use your electric power now. And then Miles obviously can't. And he's like, then you don't have it yet, and you can't come. Like, and then Miles says, when will I know when I'm ready? And he's like, you won't. It's just a leap of faith. Yeah. That's all it is, Miles. And then he ties him up because Miles won't stop trying to leave.
Yeah.
So Miles is tied to a chair. And his dad comes to tell him that Uncle Aaron is gone, and knocks on the door. And Miles obviously is tied to a chair with webbing over his mouth, so he can't even talk.
Yeah.
Which I would die. I can't breathe through my nose very well.
Right.
So I'd die. But he basically knocks on the door, and Miles doesn't answer the door. So then he says something happened to... And then he just stops himself, which I think I agree with. I don't think that now would be the time when you're not looking at your kid to tell him this.
Definitely not through the door where you can't hug him.
Yeah. And then he says, like, sometimes people drift apart, Miles, and I don't want that to happen to us. I know I don't always do what you need or say what you need me to say, but I just see a spark in you, and that's why I push you so hard. Whatever you're going to do is going to be great. I love you, and you don't have to say it back.
God.
It's such a good scene.
So good. The voice acting in this movie is amazing.
It's so freaking good. I'm kind of pissed I've had to wait so long for the third one, if I'm honest.
It feels like it's been a very long time.
It really does, because I love this series. I think it's great.
I don't know when Across the Spider-Verse came out, but this was 2018.
I think Across the Spider-Verse was like 2021 or something. I feel like it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then his dad leaves, and now with all this love in his heart, I guess, he uses his electric powers to break the webbing apart.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he goes back to Aunt May's house, and she's basically just like, what took you so long?
Yeah.
And she's just waiting there. She expected him to come.
It's so cool, too.
And then she helps him get outfitted, and he creates the Miles Morales suit.
Oh, my God.
And spray paints the spider on the front. It looks freaking sweet.
Paints the whole suit black, and then that spray painted red one with the circle around it, and then he wears the Air Jordans and the shorts.
It's freaking sweet, dude.
And the jacket over it. What a look.
It's an awesome look, dude. So Miles is on his way to help. And then we find out that Fisk is having like a Spider-Man funeral that for some reason MJ is at.
Yeah.
Which you would think, though, that MJ would know what Fisk did.
100%.
So why is she here?
I don't know.
I don't know. Probably, honestly, knowing MJ, it's probably some kind of investigation or something that she's doing on her own.
She's probably doing some
reconnaissance.
Espionage.
Yeah. And the waiters are all dressed like Spider-Mans. So they're like, our crew minus Miles Morales are all like, oh, perfect. We'll just blend right into.
Oh, my God.
Which they're not dressed the same at all.
They're dressed like, the waiters are all dressed like waiters with Spider-Man masks on.
Yeah. And
our crew are like, well, we can just go in our normal suits.
And it works, though.
It works for some reason.
Because Peter B. Parker sees MJ and is just completely like, oh, my God, it's MJ.
Yeah.
Not your MJ, but it is an MJ.
We find out later that she looks identical.
Identical, yeah. So, and then basically she comes up and is like, hey, we actually need more bread at table 4. And he's like, I'm just so sorry that I wasn't there for you when you needed me. And she's like, it's okay. We could just, the bread's fine. And he's just, all the time while this is happening, Gwen's like, oh my God, stop doing this. You need to stop. And then, he eventually stops. The collider is completely repaired, and our group of Spider-Mans are on their way into the collider. The collider gets turned on, and then everyone starts glitching again, glitching out. Like the whole world starts glitching out.
Yeah.
And basically, the bad guys all know that they're here because they thought that they were sneaky, but they weren't because they just walked in. So the bad guys all show up to start fighting the good guys for the goober, to keep them from plugging in the goober. And Doc Ock is literally like, she grabs Peter B. Parker and she's about to kill him.
Oh my gosh, that means we've skipped the scene of the movie.
Oh, when he goes upside down. What's up, Danger?
When Miles is at the top of a skyscraper and then What's Up, Danger starts playing.
Yeah.
And it keeps playing.
You can't stop me now.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It keeps playing Jake Johnson going, that's all it is, Miles. A leap of
Live
faith.
a leap of faith.
And then he jumps.
And
then it's upside down.
It's cool.
And it's beautiful.
It's honestly probably the most beautiful shot of any movie
That's
ever.
what I'm saying, man. You take a Spider-Man origin story with him getting his powers and him realizing how much responsibility he has.
Mm-hmm.
That moment is always injected into my veins.
Also, though, the song choice when he decides to become Spider-Man and what he has to do, the What's Up Danger song
Yes.
is so fucking good.
It's so good.
It's
Especially
amazing.
right when it hits Can't Stop Me Now as
Yeah.
he leaps.
It's great.
It's amazing.
I love it. Doc Ock is about to kill Peter B. Parker. And then when she's about to kill him, she starts punching herself in the face. Why are you hitting yourself? You know?
Stop hitting yourself.
Stop hitting yourself. And then Miles is here to help. And then basically, like Fisk is trying, like they're talking, all the scientists are talking about how they are getting Vanessa and Richard's genetic matches from this machine. And then Fisk is like, obviously keep going. And so everyone's glitching out and buildings start getting pulled in and cars start getting pulled in from different universes into this tube.
Yeah.
So like all these different dimensions are coming to them. And then Penny's robot gets murdered by Scorpion. Literally murdered. And then Spider-Ham saves her with like the best of Acme products that exist.
Yeah.
Like he uses all these things because someone says like, you're just a cartoon pig. And he's like, oh, does that feel like a cartoon pig, you dumb bitch? Who kills that guy.
Dude, this sequence it's one of the most beautiful animated sequences I've ever seen in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
With all the elements from other worlds being pulled in and all the glitching with the comic book halftones on stuff in the background.
Yeah.
And Peter, what's Noir's name? Is it Peter
Spider
Parker?
Noir.
Is it just Peter Parker?
Probably.
Spider-Man Noir.
What's a longer name for Peter? Pietro.
He looks
Parker.
like newspaper print.
He does.
He's black and white. And the anime girl is hand-drawn in 2D.
Yeah.
And screaming in anime.
And literally Spider-Ham looks like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's animated differently than the rest of them.
Like it's beautiful. It's a
And
great
did
shot.
you notice? Probably not. But when Miles first got bitten by this spider to all the way to the leap of faith, he was animated at 12 frames per second. He only moves every other frame of the movie so that it looks clunky.
Oh.
Yeah. And then when he leaps off of the building and it says "Can't Stop Me Now," he switches to being 24 frames per second like every other movie ever.
Well, that makes sense.
And he
'cause
starts looking smooth.
Oh, that's cool.
If you use his suit in the Miles Morales game, they switch it to 12 frames per second.
That's madness.
Which is kind of hard to look at, but it's so cool.
You're very sensitive about FPS.
I am.
Yeah.
I can't even play 30 frames a second games anymore.
Yeah.
At least not on an HD TV.
No, CRT.
But yeah,
That's
this
fascinating.
scene is stunning, and it's probably why this movie won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. So anyway, and then so Miles saves Gwen from death. I don't remember who was fighting her. They do some cool punches to Doc Ock. And then Doc Ock gets hit by a semi that spawns in. So she's just gone.
I love the big build up. They're like, all right,
We're going to take her on.
Oh.
And it's like, wow.
And they're like, oh.
Oh, okay.
Never
So
mind.
Miles has the goober and he goes and he puts it in so they can all go back home. Penny is sad because her suit is dead. And so she takes her spider out and now she's just a little girl with a radioactive spider and no powers, basically, I think is how it works.
She should try to get it to bite her.
She should try. She'd be like, you should try biting me. But Miles gets the goober plugged in. They're all gathered together because it's like a little break. And they're talking about like, well, it's nice to know that at least we're not alone. Like that we're not the only people out there. And then Penny gets to go home first. And then Noir leaves and he says like, I love you all. And then he takes the Rubik's Cube with him.
There was a bit with the Rubik's Cube earlier where
Yeah,
he's
we
like,
said-
this is purple.
And they're like, no,
He's
yeah,
like,
he's
"Blue."
colorblind. Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to figure this out. And then Spider-Ham goes home and then he's like, that's all, folks. And Peter B. Parker's like, can he legally say that? I don't think he can say that. And then basically it's Gwen's turn to go home and Miles is like, kind of risen her up. And she's like, I am older than you.
15 months.
15 months, but pretty significant if you ask me. And then she goes home. And now it's Peter's turn. But before Peter can leave, Fisk is here and he's ready to fight because they fucked up everything for getting Vanessa back.
Yeah.
So he's ready to fight. And then Peter's like, you just need to hit this green button, Miles. Do not wait for me. And then Peter leaves to go fight Fisk. And then Miles trips Peter before he can get there and is all like, no, you're going home and I'm going to fight Fisk because you need to go home. And then Peter's like, but I don't, what does he say? Like, he says, what if I mess it up again? And this is all while Miles is holding him over his portal.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, well, what if I mess it up again? With MJ is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then Miles says, you won't know if you're going to mess it up again. It's just a leap of faith.
He doesn't even say it.
Yeah.
He says, you won't. And
Yeah.
Pete goes, right.
It's a leap of faith.
And then he drops him.
Yeah.
And as he's falling into the abyss, he goes, not bad, kid.
Not bad, kid.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I liked it a lot. And so now it's just Miles and Fisk. And Miles is using like the dimensions to try and get away, but Kingpin ends up catching him. And then like Fisk says something about like, I can't wait to kill one more Spider-Man. And then when he's saying that, he sees Vanessa and Richard for just a second. They got dragged in from some dimension. And so he drops Spider-Man or Miles for a second. And then he says, because she just watched him again about to kill a man. So this Vanessa and Richard are also running away from him. And he says, no, please just stay with me, which is so freaking sad.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
It really is.
So Miles takes off. But the pause was not very long because Fisk is now still trying to kill him.
Yeah, right back on it.
He hasn't quite learned his lesson yet, Fisk.
Yeah.
So, and he says, like, you're not stopping me, not today, which I totally get where he's coming from. Like, he just saw her. It's working.
Yeah.
But, and then Miles, like, Jeff has made it to the lab. So Jeff is there and Miles sees his dad. And then Miles starts fucking throwing cars at Fisk. And then the Brooklyn Bridge shows up and like basically like Miles is about to die. Miles is not doing a great job.
No.
And then Fisk says something about like the real Spider-Man couldn't beat me. So why do you think you can? And Miles is trying to like crawl away. And Fisk says to Miles, you took my family. I'm going to make sure you never see yours again, which is crazy because this kid didn't do that.
Yeah.
This is a child. No, he didn't. And he slams like his fist down on Miles. And this is a massive man, which we talked about earlier.
The exact same double axe handle that killed Chris Pine.
Yeah. Peter Parker. Yeah. And then Miles can hear his dad, because his dad's in the lab watching this happen, being like, Spider-Man, get up, you have to get up. And then Miles slowly gets back to his feet. And then he says, I'll always have my family. And then he says, have you ever heard of the shoulder touch? And then he touches Fisk's shoulder and electrocutes him and throws Kingpin into the green button that they needed to press to close the collider. So
That's so cool, though, man. It's really dumb that he does the shoulder touch and says, hey. But he's spent this whole fight using moves that all the other Spider-Man and all the people in his life have taught him.
Yeah.
He literally used the sweep that Peter used to tie him up.
Yep.
And then caught him by the
Yep.
suit and was holding him over the thing, which is exactly what Peter was doing to him earlier. And now he's using what Aaron taught. It's the only thing Aaron taught him in the movie was
Yeah.
the shoulder touch.
The shoulder touch.
Yeah, so he's combining all of the lessons he's learned for the last 2 hours. It's so fucking cool.
It's really cool. I like Miles a lot.
Me too.
And so Miles basically and Jeff are trying not to get dragged into this machine, and they manage to not get dragged in, and then the collider explodes.
Yeah.
So the world is saved, and then Miles calls his dad, who is just thrilled that he's called at all and is just happy to talk to him. And then he says something about like, Miles, I need to tell you about, and then like Miles is like, I already know.
I know.
Like, I know. And he's like, do you know who did it? And then his dad says, I thought I did, but now I don't think now I don't think so.
Oh, sure.
And then he was like, well, his dad tells him, he's like, what I said at the door wasn't just talk. And he's like, and there's like a blank wall at the police station, and I was thinking you could come throw up some of your art. And then all of a sudden Spider-Man shows up next to Officer Morales and is talking to him like, "Hello, Officer Morales," and he hugs him, and Officer Morales is just like, "Okay,
Oh, all right.
all right." Very confused, but he just keeps me like, "I look forward to working with you." and then he says like, "Thank you for your bravery tonight. I love you." And he's like, "What
What the fuck
fuck
just
is happening?" And then she's like, "Oh, and look up." And then Miles had like just suspended Fisk in the middle of the air. That
Yeah.
is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Fisk is just hanging between the skyscrapers, like probably 40 feet up in the air.
Yeah, with a post-it that says "Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man."
Yeah. And then basically Miles is, I think it's so cute. Miles is like swinging, and then he falls off of a building while he's trying to show people his Spider-Man skills.
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's fine. It's all good."
It's slapstick, but it's
We
cute.
haven't mastered it yet. He's a little kid.
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, "One last time. My name is Miles Morales, and for the last 2 days, I've been the one and only Spider-Man." And then he says something about like, he said basically the same old shit. Like, I saved the city.
Recaps the
I
whole
made
movie.
friends. Yeah. And then he's like, "And when I feel alone, I remember all my friends who get it."
He gets his own little comic book recap.
I like it.
If you didn't see this movie, all of these little flashback sequences are like the pages of a comic book being flipped.
Yeah, it's cool.
Really
And then he
cool.
says, "Anyone can wear the mask. You could wear the mask. If you didn't know that before, I hope you do now. I'm Spider-Man, but I'm not the only one."
Spider-Man's the fucking best.
Yeah, Jacob hates him.
Jacob hates Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe he should watch this movie. And if he's already seen it, watch it again.
Yeah. Fix your opinions.
I might like Spider-Man more than Batman, dude.
I really like Spider-Man.
You ever heard of recency bias?
Yeah, I have. I have.
I'm
and,
guilty.
And then Miles is just like laying in his bed at his dorm room, and the last thing we see is like a portal open up above him, and then we hear Gwen's voice saying, "Miles, do you have a minute?"
Nice.
And that's it. And that's all that happens.
Yeah, and then we have the post-credits scene
What was that?
where a girl hands Oscar Isaac
Yes.
Spider-Man 2099 some sort of wristwatch
Yeah.
device, and then he uses it to jump into the Spider-Man pointing meme.
Which is hilarious because that guy points at him, and then he's all like, he points back at him. He's like, "I need your help." And then that guy's like, "Don't you fucking point at me." And he's like, "You pointed at me
pointed
first." And then it's just these two Spider-Mans yelling at each other about who pointed at who first.
There's a cop that has J. Jonah Jameson arrested, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Who pointed first?" And he's like, "It was Spider-Man."
It was
clearly."
Spider-Man, clearly. But they just keep being like, "No, you're still pointing at me. Do you not see that you're pointing at me?" It's hilarious.
So stupid.
It has no point in being there, but I loved it so
I
much.
love it.
Which is great because because the credits all happened, and I was like, when the hell was Oscar Isaac in this?
Yeah, it said Oscar Isaac in the
Interesting
credits.
man.
Interesting person number one.
Interesting person number one. And I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
But I love this movie. I think it's great.
It's so good.
It's so great, and it is obviously one of my favorites because Jake Johnson.
Yeah,
I love Jake Johnson.
of course. I do too.
All right.
You're not alone on that island. It's amazing.
Spider-Man.
It's the music is fucking
Dope.
legendary.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Both the score and the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Music choices. The animation style with the what would you say, like 8-9 different animation styles between comic books and anime and newspaper and 40s and the glitchy stuff when they're coming in from other dimensions.
Yeah.
And it's kind of 3D, but also a little bit 2D sometimes.
Yeah.
And some of the backgrounds are like blurry when it's trying to focus harder on Miles. I don't know about why that's happening, but it must have been really hard to edit.
That's why they had like,
To
how many
animate.
did you say? 126?
180 animators.
80. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever heard how hard it was for Disney to make all the bubbles for Little Mermaid?
No.
Hard.
I've never heard that.
It was apparently hard, or it wasn't. I can't remember what the story is.
That's cool.
I think it was really hard because all the bubbles are unique, like fingerprints or something. I don't know.
You and I were doing a YouTube quiz the other day where it was Disney movies, which I wouldn't be able to do anyway, but it was supposed to be hard. And I did that one of the bubbles floating through the air with Cinderella reflecting in all the bubbles.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck did they do that in 1950? That must have been so difficult.
I'm sure, does Walt Disney not have one of his like evenings or afternoons with Walt where he talks about how
Probably,
they did that?
yeah.
He'd tell you.
Wonderful World of Walt Disney.
Oh man, Epcot.
Epcot. Yeah.
Experimental prototype community of tomorrow.
Anything else?
Loved
or shall
it.
we pick
Let's do it.
an actor?
Let's do it.
Who picked
I picked
this?
Liev Schreiber.
Because you must have picked
Who played
Phantoms.
Fisk, by the way, if we didn't say that.
Did we say that?
I hope we said that. He's Fisk.
You can't tell, though.
No.
I feel like I've seen Liev in enough things to know his voice. Apparently not.
No. I've seen him as Sabretooth
Yeah.
in Kate and Leopold, and I don't remember what his point was in Kate and Leopold.
I've seen him in Phantoms.
Phantoms.
Big
yeah.
weirdo creep.
Big weirdo creep. Which was
Wait, so whose turn is it? You picked Phantoms. I picked this. So you'll pick the next movie?
yeah, I picked the
so I
next
picked
movie.
the next actor.
Yeah, your turn.
Okay. It's not too many places to go.
There's quite a few. I
yeah,
mean, Lily
there are
Tomlin and
quite a few, and most of them are in Marvel movies.
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, is he in a Marvel movie?
Jordan, ask me what country I have.
No.
Ask me what country I have.
No.
Ask me what country.
What country you have?
It's Chris Pine. That's so stupid. I love just watching old vines sometimes.
I know.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know.
I know. I love it.
I'm going to pick Haley Steinfeld. Kate Bishop.
Okay. Well, all right. Hawkeye is not a movie. That was a TV show.
That's true.
Sorry. Okay. I can only think of one movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it's a good one.
Bumblebee.
Oh, that is a good movie, though.
Oh, so we're going to go with Bumblebee.
Okay. I'd watch
Okay.
Bumblebee again. Did you
Well-
watch it? I watched that on an airplane.
I watched
I don't
it
think you
in
were-
my home.
Were you even there when I watched that? On the airplane?
I don't know.
don't
I didn't
remember.
watch it on an airplane. I watched
you,
it here.
Yeah, you didn't watch it with me.
No.
And then I made you watch it.
You must have been going to see your dad or something by yourself.
Yeah. Or you
Yeah.
were reading a book.
I never read.
You just read for last week's movie.
That was hard for me.
Yeah, it was. She was struggling.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Bumblebee. Hell
Bumblebee.
yeah.
All right. So
The
that's
best Transformers movie. I might.
from my
we'll see
memory.
how I feel
Yes,
next week.
I feel like it's the best Transformers movie.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we feel again.
We'll see how we feel again. If you aren't listening to our unvaulted 10 minutes every week, there is a promo code for our Patreon. Use code, what was it, Doom?
Doom.
Your first month is $1.
$1.
On
And
Patreon, we're rewatching every Marvel movie leading to Doomsday, and if you can get all of those done in a month, that's $1.
it's
for-
like tens and tens of hours worth
Yeah.
of content.
It was 24 hours before we even started the MCU.
It's a lot of
It's all
content.
just sitting there,
Yeah.
waiting to be consumed.
By you.
Yeah.
Gobble it up.
All right, let's watch Bumblebee.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, follow the chain, and join us next week as we link from Into the Spider-Verse to Bumblebee. Bye.
See ya.
Next week on Chain Link Theater.
I'm Charlie Watson. I'm 18. Today, actually. Is the Beetle for sale?